All right, that's it. Dishonor. Dishonor on your whole family. Make a note of this. Dishonor on you. Dishonor on your cow.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. I am the Sovereign, and this is my court. If this is your first time in attendance, hello. Please consider hitting the subscribe button before you leave our kingdom. So those of you who follow me on Instagram know what's about to go down. You already know. I had a very difficult time falling asleep when I found out about this. And I was on Instagram making many posts at 1:30 a.m. in the morning because I was so bothered. I was so bothered. So it turns out we have a brand new queen going to Miss Universe coming from Canada. Fantastic. You guys know I love it when we get a new queen, when I get a new Barbie to put on my shelf. I am ever so grateful. And then I saw the pictures. Now, number one, this is the first thing we need to discuss with this scenario. The first picture I saw of our new Miss Universe Canada was her Miss International photo. If you don't know, she was first crowned to be Miss Canada going to the Miss International competition, and this is the photo. Somebody want to tell me what's wrong with this picture? Just anybody want to take a stab at it? Because I definitely could take a stab at it. Oh. It's definitely the crown, isn't it? It is most certainly the crown. I knew it. The woman in this photo, formerly Miss International Canada, is wearing a replica Mikimoto crown. For those of you who are not avid pageant fans, the Mikimoto crown that is on her head, inauthentic, is the most iconic crown of the Miss Universe organization. So if you're not understanding what I'm saying here is, she was going to the Miss International competition and their organization wearing the most iconic crown for a different organization. That's like going to work at McDonald's, but wearing Burger King's uniform. What are you doing? What are you doing and who allowed this? That is a bit insulting. Like that, I struggle to understand how this could have been allowed. How is this done? Let's continue on with this. Let's just because there's more. Okay. So then we found out that she is being appointed to serve as Miss Universe Canada. Yay. She's serving as Miss Universe Canada. And they're keeping the Mikimoto crown. Her official picture, she's wearing the Mikimoto crown. And some of you are probably like, well, at least she's in the correct organization this time. Maybe sis got lost or something, or like, here's the problem with this. We went through this last year when the Canadian organization crowned Nova Stevens wearing a Mawad replica crown. They did that. The new Mawad crown, they made a replica and put it on Nova's head. And I remember saying this. Okay, first things first. I didn't know when I wanted to address this or what I wanted to say, but you guys know that I have this uncontrollable urge to say things that need to be said that no one else wants to say, okay? So, all respect to the Canadian Queen, because I know it's not your fault, but how dare the Organization of Canada put a replica crown of the new Mawad crown on Canada's head? You didn't give her her own crown. The Miss Universe crown is something to be earned. I cannot, if you follow me on Twitter, you saw when I found out that that's what they did. Canada, never again. I'm not gonna make a video on it. I'm letting you know right now. Do not put a replica Miss Universe crown onto a competitor competing for a Miss Universe crown. I shouldn't even have to explain why that's a no-no. Apparently I have to explain why that's a no-no. I remember I remember making it a point not to make a big deal out of this last year because I don't want to be mad at pageant people. I don't want to make a big deal out of everything. I let it go. I was like, you know what? They made a mistake. It shouldn't have happened. The fans, because it's not just me, because people, I know I'm very vocal and people hear me a lot on YouTube, but it's not just me. The fans are not to be discounted. Okay? The fan base is usually the people that come to me and tell me what needs to be talked about a lot. The fans went over to the Canadian organization and were already telling them like, this is inappropriate. We went through this last year and I told them never again. So I'm gonna have a bit of an attitude in this video because as far as I'm concerned, this is a double middle finger from the Canadian organization, as far as I'm concerned, because the entire fan base, the entire pageant community went through this last year and made it pretty well known that it was inappropriate. And for those of you who are like, oh my God, it's just a crown, and you don't understand why it's inappropriate, because okay, not everybody's an avid pageant fan, but I need to catch you up on why this is so bad. Number one, she is competing for the real Miss Universe crown. She is a competitor. She is vying to earn that crown. So what then is the purpose of her having it on her head already? If you are trying to earn something, that's like showing up to a job interview and introducing yourself as the CEO. You have not been hired yet. The audacity to claim something that you haven't earned. Number two, she looks like a fan. She looks like one of two things. She looks like either a wannabe illegitimate queen or a fan that's not to be taken seriously. For those of you, and many of the fan base do have replica crowns, that is fine because you are a fan, because you are showing that you are a hardcore supporter and lover of the Miss Universe organization that you are not a part of, you are not competing for, you are not trying to earn that position. This woman is not a fan. She is a part of the Miss Universe court. She is a part of that system. So she has to have, or is supposed to have, some sort of respect for the hierarchy within that organization. And by no means am I blaming the queen, because I find it very hard to believe that a queen would do this. And even if it was her decision, which I really don't believe that it's her. It's the Canadian organization. And for the third time within a year, we're here discussing their shenanigans? So mark my words, I am not placing this at the foot of the queen. I'm placing this at the Canadian organization, who was told last year that this was inappropriate, because this is the mark of a queen that's not to be taken seriously. This is the mark of an organization that's not to be taken seriously. And I know some people are down in the comments talking about, well, it's just a crown. I get it. I get that you do not apply a lot of importance to this symbol. I get that. But besides that point, it's their job to take it seriously. It is the Canadian organization's job to take stuff like this seriously. You don't have to take it seriously. But when you go get eyelash extensions, I expect that whoever's applying your eyelashes, I expect that they are going to study the type of glue that they're supposed to use. I expect that they're supposed to map out the type of lashes and lengths that they're supposed to use. I expect that they are going to take it completely seriously because that is their job. Regardless of how you feel about it, it's their job to do it properly. And this is the mark of an organization, to me, who doesn't care and is flouting in the face of the fan base who already corrected them last time. If you don't see it yet, see this. Imagine the Canadian organization replicating this crown and giving it to their queen. Replicating the Colombian crown and giving it to their queen. Replicating the Russian crown and giving it to their queen. I don't see them a little bit disrespectful to you. Not even a little bit. It wouldn't have been hard. It would not have been hard to Amazon Prime a crown. Honestly, it wouldn't. In fact, last year, I said that I would send them a crown because I got plenty. Y'all could have used one of mine. And yet here we are. This is a symbol. And this means something to the women that compete. When you compete and win, if you are so lucky to be of the few women that win a national crown, this is something of pride. Your crown is something that you're supposed to get to hold on to and put on your mantle and shelf and show your grandkids. That is a replica Mikimoto crown that is only owned by the Miss Universe herself or fans. So when she puts that crown on her mantle, it doesn't look like she won a national competition. It looks like she's a fan. That's what that looks like. Not even the former Miss Universes have done that. When you are a Miss Universe that has worn the Mikimoto crown, when you hand over the official Mikimoto crown, you get a legitimate mini tiara that is modeled after the Mikimoto that you place, and that is your keepsake. That is what you get to show off. That is what you get to wear, which many of us have seen the former queens wear them. Not even they have a full-on replica of a Mikimoto crown, because everybody knows that that crown only belongs to the Miss Universe unless you are a fan. And I'm sitting here struggling. I'm struggling because this is a national organization, okay? This is a national organization who really just doesn't seem to look. You don't seem to give a damn. They don't seem to give a damn. Why is it that me as a YouTuber here in my little world, I take my platform more seriously than the national director of an entire country does? Why is it that my collection of crown jewels are more meticulously curated than the crown jewels of the Canadian National Organization? Why? Why? Because you guys have never seen me wear a Miss Universe or any system replica crown, and you never will. You never will. When I do sketches with my muses, it's very likely that one of my muses may wear a replica crown for the purposes of the sketch, but the sovereign herself in my kingdom on my channel will never wear a replica crown because I am not a subject of any particular organization. As much as I love the Miss Universe organization, Miss Earth, Miss Grand, as much as I adore these systems, I am not a subject to any of them. And I will not give the symbol of authority over me to any particular system. Because then not only is it me basically subjugating myself to Miss Universe or any system where I have a replica crown on my head, I'm basically saying I am a diehard fan, which I am. I'm definitely a fan of the organizations, but I am not a subject of those organizations. And I will not appear to be so in a kingdom in which I demand it be its own entity and have its own respect. Because though I love all of the systems and all the girls and everything, I definitely do, I am my own person. I and my kingdom and my world are still its own entity outside of the pageant world. There will be things that happen on this channel that have nothing to do with the pageant world. There is an entire world in my kingdom and storyline that happens here that has nothing to do with the pageant world. And this kingdom and this platform demands its own respect outside and devoid of the pageant world. I will never be caught wearing a replica crown and any seriousness sitting on what is supposed to be my own throne. It makes no sense, which is another reason why I had such an issue with her repping Miss International wearing a Miss Universe crown. That don't make no sense. How do you have your own throne in your own world, repping your own country, but appearing as a subject of a totally different organization? That is highly disrespectful. And even now that she is a part of the Miss Universe system, imagine showing up to somebody else's wedding wearing a wedding dress. Would you do that? Would you do that? Because I know everybody's going to make this excuse. You can make the excuse of, well, it's just a dress and it doesn't really matter. Like no one's really paying attention to them anyway. It's the bride's day. So what does it matter what type of dress I'm wearing? You could say that, but I think everybody in their right mind would be like, you're disrespectful as hell. And we can't take you seriously. And I mean, look, if it wasn't my wedding, I would just frown upon you. But if it was my wedding, I would banish you forever. I would banish you forever because the blatant disrespect of doing that is so thorough, it's not to be overlooked. And it is not to be overlooked that the Canadian organization was told a year ago that, hey, maybe you shouldn't do that. Like, honestly, it's not that hard to Amazon Prime a crown. I can tell you right now, you can get a decent crown on Amazon for $50, okay? I could have sent a crown. I know several of you guys have your own crowns and collections of crowns. Like, why is life so hard for you? Why? So yeah, I wouldn't have made such a big deal out of it if this was the first time. Thing is, this is the second time and the third strike. Third strike, Canadian organization, because we started off with the crown, and I'm not even counting those headshots because I'm just like, I'm trying to be nice and give the benefit of the doubt. But at this point, it's kind of hard to overlook the nonsense that's happening here. Then you decided to go after one of the most renowned evening gown designers in the world publicly. No, I'm still not over that. That was so unprofessional and uncalled for and inappropriate. Not over that. And then within a few months to come back with this and tell me I'm not supposed to take it seriously when it's your job to take it seriously? Why am I doing better and taking my platform more seriously than a national organization? I am struggling. And some of you saw, like, on my Instagram how much I was struggling, because I was up at 1:30 a.m. I was up at 1:30 in the morning stressing because I didn't understand. I am taking offense to this. I am. As a fan, I'm taking offense to this because as a fan base, we told y'all last year this was not appropriate. Y'all got me over here with crown of shade on my table, and I'm going to put it on because as I've been trying to rack my brain on the excuse that I could make to shelter the Canadian organization from me getting an attitude. Like, I'm trying to talk myself out of having an attitude because I don't like having an attitude, regardless of what some of y'all think. When it comes to pageant stuff, I prefer to be happy. Like I said, this is my happy place. I prefer not to have an attitude, but I have an attitude because as far as I'm concerned, this is a national organization not taking their job seriously for a sport that I love, embarrassing their own queen, because it's not the fault of the queen as far as I'm concerned. That woman was thoroughly disrespected and robbed of something that should have been a gift to her. The crown is one of the most iconic parts of competing for and winning a title. The women dream of them. They dream of the crown that they're going to get to wear and have, and it is a symbol of their authority and their work and their value and their success. That crown is supposed to be a gift to that queen, bringing her into the fold, into an organization that is supposed to be a lifelong keepsake, and they gave her something that only a fan could have, and a fan could have got for $30. She deserves her own crown to have, to behold. She deserves that. And the Canadian organization behaved as if they couldn't give a damn. Y'all can go out of the way to get her a $30 crown. I could have went down to Santee Alley in Los Angeles and got her a bomb crown. Call me. I'm not joking when I say that. Call me if you need help. Damn. So yeah, disrespect to the Miss Universe organization, because that's the Mikimoto crown and everybody knows it. Like, why would you get a replica of the Mikimoto crown? Why would you do that? For those of you who don't know the magnitude of that crown, Pia Wurtzbach, one of the most largely followed queens of any of the Miss Universes, like she's at the top 3 followers on Instagram when it comes to pageant queens. Pia didn't get to wear the Mikimoto crown for most of her reign. She wore the DIC crown, and she herself was in an interview telling people how much that crown meant to her. Like, she hounded the Miss Universe organization and Paula and anybody she could because she just wanted to wear it once. Because she just wanted to see it one time, because that's not the crown she was crowned in. She wore the DIC. Pia's very last photo shoot, her last photo shoot, she's wearing this beautiful red dress, it's like roses or something. Last photo shoot, they surprised her by bringing her the iconic Mikimoto crown. And she damn near was in tears because it meant that much.
Can I give you something first? Yeah? Oh my God! This is the Mikimoto crown. This has been the crown for Miss Universe for a few years before it got changed to the Diamond Nexus and now the DIC crown. I was so excited because I've been asking to at least see this crown in person for the longest time. I asked for it for my birthday and all the occasions I can think of. And now I'm wearing it. I got one again.
That crown is a symbol. It is an icon, and it does have importance. And regardless of what some of the non-avid fans, the very lax fans say, the people that are a part of the Miss Universe organization, including the national directors, because you are a part of the Miss Universe organization, should understand and respect the magnitude of the icons and idols and history and symbolism within the organization that you are a part of, okay? Those crowns are not just plastic and rhinestones. They are the culmination of hard work and sacrifice and dreams. They are keepsake items that those girls are supposed to treasure, and most of the international crowns, they are heirlooms. They are passed down from queen to queen. The girls don't even get to keep them. They only get to wear those crowns for very fleeting moments. And for the women that do get to keep their like national crowns, those are keepsake items that they put and showcase to their families. This girl does not have a keepsake. She does not have an heirloom because it doesn't look like a national crown, because it's a replica of an international crown. Even I have a significance with the crowns that I wear. The crown that I have on my head, you guys know I only wear in certain circumstances. And I take it very seriously. I took this crown across the country to wear outside of my country's White House, where the president lives, when I protested. There is a significance even to the crowns that I wear. When my mother got fingerprints on my golden Andromeda crown, I was pissed, okay? I was so mad because each of my crowns has been chosen for a specific reason, and they are all on shelves in my room. They're not stuffed in the back of a closet. They're not thrown under some clothing. They are showcased pieces on the walls of my room, out of the touch or even viewing pleasure of people that are in my house. Like they are my items, my keepsakes that are mounted in all of their shiny glory. And even beyond all of that, there is still one crown that I've only ever worn once on this channel, and you've never seen it again. And the reason you've never seen it again is because it is an official crown that came with a sash. I have a Miss Earth crown that is in a box with its sash in my closet, which I have, thought about wearing again, but I would only wear it if I was doing Miss Earth type stuff. If I was doing like my composting or gardening videos, I might bring out that crown, because even today, that crown has significance and meaning to me, and I'm not going to wear it for no reason, because it has a purpose. It is a symbol. It was a gift to me that I appreciate. I adore that crown, and I don't disrespect it by treating it like it's a Party City item. And I shudder to think why I take my crowns and my jewels more seriously than the national director that is heading the Canadian organization. Like I said, this is the third strike. 3 times where I have just been so bothered by the Canadian organization. There was the Mawad crown, which I was willing to let go. Then the Michael Sinkel thing, which never should have happened. Then the Mikimoto crown, which as far as I'm concerned is a middle finger to me, the fans, the organizations, your own organization. Y'all just don't give a damn as far as I'm concerned. And at this point, if you're not going to take the competition seriously, I'm not going to take you seriously. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. And I never thought I would do this. I never thought I would be forced to do something like this. This seems very, very weird to me, but I'm not willing to put the Canadian organization on the same platform, the same level as those organizations who do take the competition as seriously as they do. Like the Venezuelans, the Philippines, Thailand, Vietnam, Colombia. Like, I'm not willing to put you guys next to these people who really work to put on the best show, give the best performance, strive to be the best and bring the best competitors, who are so thorough down to their nails and earrings. I'm not willing to put the Canadian organization next to those people who do care. I feel like it's very disrespectful. So I would like to remind everybody that as nice as I am, I'm still a YouTuber, and I will still engage in internet nonsense when need be. So I don't really care how anybody feels about it. Canadian fans, this is nothing against you. By all means, you guys stay. And I'm sorry for those of you who have reached out to me through the DMs on Instagram and you've been very disappointed by your organization this last year with all the nonsense they've gotten into. I am sorry for you, okay? And when I say what I'm about to say, this is not for you. Stay in your seats. You're good here, okay? You guys stay. But Canadian organization, you can be deported from my kingdom. I mean it. Y'all can go. Bye-bye. They're being deported. The entire Canadian organization, I don't want to talk about them. I will not be talking about them. I will not be acknowledging them beyond putting this woman on a list if need be, which they're not seemingly taking the competition seriously anyways. So I feel sorry for her. I do. I feel like they're not taking her seriously. She's been disrespected. But aside from putting her on a top 10, top 20s list, because I'm not going to jeopardize the integrity of my list. I love my list. My list is great. Besides that, her placement, I will not be discussing the Canadian organization at all, ever. There will be no spotlight videos, no nothing. Don't expect an extended discussion about what she wore during Fashion Week. I mean, unless I am forced beyond a certain point, I have to talk about the Canadian organization. Don't expect me to, because I don't want to. My mom said, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. For once, I'm going to obey that because I have nothing nice to say. We will revisit the Canadian organization's visitation rights and possibly visa status next year. But I wholeheartedly mean it when I say they are effectively banished. In the comment section below, let me know how ridiculous you think this situation is, because I really don't care what anyone has to say about it. Once 1,000 people correct you and you negate to listen to them, it's on you. And as far as I'm concerned, 3 strikes and you're out. So yeah, I'm sure I'm gonna get pushed back in the comment section, but I don't care. It's very rare that I will sit on my channel and be an uppity queen. But this is one of those times where I'm gonna sit here and be an uppity queen and be like, you know what? My kingdom, my rules. My kingdom, my rules. They can go. They can go. Boom. If you're mad at me, that's fine. If you're not mad at me, give the video a thumbs up. If you have decided to stick around and see what becomes of this, or if the Canadians ever return, by all means hit the subscribe button and see what happens, or see if, I don't know, they're gonna send their queen down the runway in a chicken suit. At this point, it's just, I don't think that they care. Like, they're just not taking this seriously, so anything's possible, but I'm not gonna be giving my breath anywhere in their direction, blowing their sails. Like, I feel so bad for that queen. Like I said, none of this is on her. I'm not blaming her. I feel bad for her. But just like, subscribe. Hopefully I get to see you guys again. I'm trying not to be completely irritated, but y'all know what it is. I love you. I'll miss you. But you know, I will be back in a future video, even if the Canadians won't.